Video cut off, so we're going to continue this. I was holding these cards like this, and I was going to show you that my hands were almost like tied like this, but in a cup position. So it's like, it's the sensation of being humble, but at the same time accepting something reluctantly. I want to ask about the King of Swords, but right now I want to ask about the money thing again. I really want to get this, like, I want the message to be so clear to you. Page of Wands, Ace of Swords. There's another wand. That makes 4 wands. And now the crown has leaves. You see that? I'm being asked to tell you that, yeah, that there's a connection coming to you. This Page of Swords, this Page of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups would be, it's not you, but it's someone you gotta become more comfortable with being. It's a new way of seeing yourself, okay? And it might feel kind of like you're faking it, or it might seem fake to you, or like ingenuine or disingenuine or whatever, but it's just another avenue for your neural network, for your binary code to have more code to it. So this connection, and it's not a romantic connection. These ideas coming have all been pages. We have all 4 pages, all 4 elements, the earth in reverse, and all these connections. The only romantic energy I felt was from the King of Swords, and that seems to be on a back burner for now. But you have everything at your disposal. You have all the elements, you have the foundations, you have the land, you have the connections. All that's left is for you to accept your crown. And I'm seeing a beautiful crown placed upon your head. And I can see the sorrow in your eyes in that vision I'm seeing of the crown being placed on your head. Like you really wanted your emperor to be there with you. And it sucks that they're not there, and you're having to start this new chapter of your life, this new change, feeling like you're alone in the woods by yourself next to stained glass. But before you get to this happens. And the thing that comes down to shake up your foundations and to spin the wheel and allow all the blessings, no matter where it lands, to come to you, occurs when you acknowledge that the universe is in ebb and flow. From poverty comes abundance, from abundance comes poverty. You have $10, you spend $5, you have less money, but you gain something. So, rotate the stained glass lens you're perceiving your life in. Instead of having this be sepia and sad and without a meaning, like take the meaning of the 5 of Pentacles away, okay? Let's just look at this as the fact. Let's not look at this as the triumph of lies or any of that other stuff, okay? We're going to look at this as the High Priestess and the Sun and the Empress. Full clarity and knowing. The 5 of Pentacles, money situation. And this is in regard to the money situation, right? So, without any meaning to this card, what is this? What does this image show you? The number 5, which means change, chaos, a little bit of disruption, moving towards beauty and balance and stability, because it goes to a 6. Pentacles being the combination and tangibility of dreams, desires, hopes, emotions, thoughts, the physical manifestation of energy being transmuted into material. It also means years, decades, lifetimes, children. Each pentacle can be a child, which leads into its own family. But looking at this just as this picture, there are 5 spiritually protective symbols upon a stained glass window with leaves and adornments that are beautiful. There is an archway keeping her safe from any elemental disturbance. There is some dust, maybe a slight sprinkling of snow, but she's not cold. She's not alone. There's other people she's looking at, and there's the divine, because she's looking up. So she's protected, she's guided, she's guarded, she's safe, she's warm, she has food, she has a comfy robe, she's holding a bowl of something to receive or to give. And then there's this tree symbology in the frame itself, this growth. And one pentacle stands above the rest. These 2 ideas held the foundation for that part of the experience. These 2 held the foundations for this experience. Both of these could be the past 10 years of your life. I don't know why I just said 10, but it could be like the last 10 years of your life. You have set the foundations for this new idea. And this new idea is going to change everything you've experienced previously, the way of life you knew, into something different. And I just saw a place where there was only one house in a field of trees, and then the trees get turned into other houses with like little, I don't know if you ever played Farmville games on Facebook, or like SimCity or something like that, where you can build little cities and put rows on them. The forest looks like it's being cleared, but by light. And each tree is being turned into a building, and then that building is being turned into a little community, and then each little community is being turned into something bigger. It's like a countryception, like Inception, but of a village to a city to a hamlet to a whatever, metropolis, and a state, and then a world. What you're building is in stages. Again, the phoenix at the bottom of that deck. He of the fiery sword, spirit dancer. The truth you seek lies in the creativity you dance away from. I just heard that very vividly. The truth you seek lies in the dancing, the creativity that you dance away from. This is so smug looking. Look. Like somebody knows you're going to succeed. You're doing everything you're doing, and they're looking at you in this position where you seem like you're so in the 5 of Cups, or the 5 of Pentacles, or both. And the 5 of Swords was out earlier. But they're looking at you like, okay. And I'm getting the feeling like, well, why aren't you helping me? And they're like, but this is helping you. And I can like hear this other person in the distance, like looking like this wolf and being like, will you please just help me? Just make this easier. I don't want to suffer anymore with this. I have sacrificed too much. I have endured too many lies. I have been betrayed 27 too many times, and I have an entire generation and grandchildren and a world that relies on me and that I have yet to meet. And this one saying, yeah, it'll be fine, don't worry. And it almost seems like you want to slap this person, like this wolf wants to slap this one. Be like, okay, you're not going to help me, fine. Whoa. Aw. You're going to be fine. Like, look at this. Right behind all of that is this. Surprise, everything's perfect. You just had to think you were on your own for so long. I just saw like a fairy crying, and then she gets up and opens her eyes and she's like, oh, everything's okay. It's like an explosive, amplified sigh of relief. But before you get there, there's a part of you. Remember earlier I was saying it's like Oh, what was that feeling? It was like a... I just heard the ringing in my ear, like that high-pitched hee sound, like a white screen. Oh, I have no idea what that just was. I felt like something just got deleted. Yeah. Okay, I think you gotta go, because there's a charming person sending you messages that have you feeling kind of snarky, and you're probably going to be communicating with someone about something that you're indecisive about and confused about. If you spent one night, not trying to accomplish something, not trying to do something, not trying to please somebody, not trying to hold a grudge against anybody, not trying to Queen of Swords or anybody. If you simply sat down and in total silence and just looked at your life from the perspective of the word I'm looking for is being, it's like swimming away from me like a koi fish. Look at your life like you are your future self, giving your past self compassion for everything she went through and all the roles she had to play to get to where she wants to go. Look at your life like you're reading a book. I'm being asked to emphasize this to you again. Look at your life like you're reading a book. Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands, Temperance, Nine of Pentacles. The Devil's beneath that with Strength, which means it's actually pretty good. It's not a bad devil. It's a very beneficial, constructive, yet addictive kind of energy. It's like a roaring fire in a dimly lit forest. Like you just want to get close to the fire, but if you get too close to it, it'll burn you. But this fire has been tempered by strength. Ooh. Ooh, wait. I don't know if I should do this, and if this is off limits, let me know. And you know, obviously no one's gonna know about this but me and you. If it's whatever. I just heard Milo in my head. I want to know. I want to be nosy. I want to know what is. Hold on. Don't come to conclusions yet. Do not jump to any conclusion. Just wait. Milo has a great idea for you. And it's a little sneaky. Or you have a little sneaky idea about Milo that you're not telling anybody. I'm sensing a girl crush. And I'm sensing that he also has a crush on you. There's something very mischievous about this. It's like low-key energy. Yeah, yeah. Look. His energy comes up as upside down, King of Wands. And this, and you're coming up as this, or reversed. You know? It's like you guys would make a really cute match. Totally cute match. Yeah, this came out again. This was at the bottom of the deck before I started shuffling. Tell me more about Milo and Dharma. Friend or more? Because King and Queen of Wands can be two platonic leaders of an empire or a romantic partnership. Knight of Swords. Could be romantic, but could also be someone who's coming out of the dark to help you out with something. So don't immediately judge it by one cover or the other. Don't put him in the friend zone. Don't put him in the lover zone. He's bringing something into your life. There's a reason he just came up into this reading. He has an idea. There's something that he's bringing. It might just be something like a message, something you read in between the lines, but it gives you an idea. Pay attention. Okay, tell me about the Aquarius King of Cups, or the King of Swords that comes up for Dharma all the time. What does she need to know about him? Knight of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups. Alright. Ten of Wands. Alright. So this person definitely has love for you. This person has definitely had many lifetimes with you. And this person is currently not seeing you as a romantic partner. There is radio silence between the two of you, but not because of negative reasons. It's because something happened in a previous lifetime between the two of you that has caused you to have this semi-distance and semi-silence. While the feminine is being bathed by the light of the masculine, she isn't embracing the masculine. She's in the light of the masculine. The masculine isn't embracing her. He is illuminating her while she holds the truth within herself to create an empire. A lotus branches off with petals in every direction. Now the question, and he's here to help you physically with things. Is this guy the love of her life in this lifetime? Is the King of Swords that comes up in her readings the love of her life? And guides, you know what I mean when I ask you if someone is the love of their life. There's only one love of someone's life. Is this that guy for her? Three of Cups, the Lovers, the Five of Pentacles. He would be your lover. He would be the love of your life if you two would put the crown of arrogance and pride and ownership and title aside and allow the cycles of life to play out. Allow the waves to ebb and flow. Allow the universe to bring into your life that which you seek and desire, and to take away that which doesn't belong. So this King of Cups, or this King of Swords person, I don't know why I keep calling them the King of Cups, has not only lied to you and manipulated you, they have been with you for a very long time. Almost like if you were a light being from this great central sun, the minute a speck of light or a solar flare that was called Dharma emitted from God, this person was with you. But there's like it's like a dance between you two. I venture to say that they could be your twin flame. And it sounds cheesy as fuck, but it really seems like you and this King of Swords person have had a connection like Gandalf. And I'm not picking up Gandalf's, I'm picking up Gandalf's energy, but I'm aware of Gandalf's energy. This other energy, the King of Swords, I'm not very familiar with it. Oh my God! King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hierophant. Oh my God, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, this King of Swords is a divine partner for you. But it is not a partner that you are allowing yourself to really be vulnerable with. There are traditions in the way, there are communities in the way, there is history in the way. There have been cycles of pain and abuse where you have been ridden, where you did the leading, where he did the leading. Not just in this lifetime, but at the very center of the womb that created you. You and this person have had many lifetimes together, and there's much, much, much baggage between the two of you. And all of that baggage, and I don't mean to call it baggage in a bad way, but like all the crap we all deal with, like the negative. Okay, I just saw this. I just saw two people sitting in separate rooms divided by a wall, and one of them's thinking bad thoughts, the other one's thinking loving thoughts. And then they meet in the middle, and the one that thought the bad thoughts can't see the loving thoughts of this person, because all they're seeing is their own bad thoughts reflected off this other person. And until you can wipe the slate clean and look at him for who he is, not for who you thought he was, you're not going to be able to see it. It's like this. Like, this just became the only card I saw. Her head's down, and she's crying, but she's surrounded by beauty. She's healthy. She's prosperous and abundant. Even the vines are comforting her and holding her up. They're not cutting her. And there's a butterfly communicating to her, like, hey, everything's okay. And she's like, no, they're not. Everything's terrible. Everything's bad. And they're like, no, he changed. Look, his colors have changed. You just can't see them yet, because you're not ready to see them yet. So stop forcing yourself to see them. Stop looking for something to ease your pain when nothing can get close to you when you're in pain, because you defend yourself without knowing. You grow thorns around you when you're hurt, and you don't let people come near you, which keeps money away from you too. You have to be in love with money. Like, talk to money like it's your best fucking friend. I learned that the hard way. I used to think money you had to be worked for, until I've started realizing that money has nothing to do with anything. You simply set up the intention, the image, and the emotion of what you want, and the story will play out one way or another. I've been living off of $850 a month for 3 years now. And before that, I had a huge fucking house, a garden, and tons of crystals, my own business, an amazing husband, blah, blah, blah. But my thoughts got in the way. His behavior got in the way. Our lessons got in the way. And I'm telling you from experience, this person in your life, this King of Swords, has the potential to be your partner in this life, the love of your life. But you're not going to be able to truly appreciate him until you allow yourself to see his behavior. And I'm hesitating to say this. To allow yourself to see his behavior without the judgment of modern society's meaning to such behavior. I hope that felt in your heart the way it felt in my heart, with such clarity. It's like punishing someone for something they didn't do and then feeling guilty about it, but not really, but at the same time, like, being confused. Again, with the 3 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Look at the symbolism in this. The fear, the panic, the destruction, the death, the loss, the past, the history, the movement, the letting go, the manipulation, the arrows, the darkness. But then you can look at it like, it's a beautiful image of a mother and child on a horse in a beautiful dress flying through the clouds, being held up by strings to protect them, letting go of who they thought they were and what they needed, which opens up the way. The act of letting go of the old blood, the bad blood between you, creates this path forward. It's almost like you've been living an echo of the past, which hasn't allowed you to see the prosperity of the present. And now that you see it, there's a sense of grief of having to let that go. But the grief of letting it go is being remedied by the joy of seeing, oh my God, Dharma, oh my God. No, it's good, don't freak out. I just saw your entire life, like past, present, and future, fast forward through my fucking head. And oh my God. If you allow yourself, and I'm going to tell you this as simply as I can, because what I just saw, I can't put into fucking words. I saw you at the end of your entire book of life, from every one of your lifetimes, when you're standing in front of God, and God asked you, like, I saw this playing out, like, take it for the message that it, whatever, however it resonates for you, ask you, what was the most important thing to you? And you look at the you that you were when you were a kid, that you thought wasn't there. And then every one of your children, other people's children, other people's children's children, they all formed into that little girl that was you, that you thought was gone. And that little girl held the money, the abundance, the prosperity, the love, and the way forward. And when you see that, it's almost like you come back to life within yourself. And at the end of what I saw in that story that played out, where God's talking to your soul or to your light, the story turned around again and it started all over. But this time you immediately started appreciating who you are, who you came from, and where you come from, and what you're doing. And you slowed down, like the waterfall started slowing down. And it was sparkly and glittery, and it just flowed with ease and grace, instead of pushing her way forward, instead of breaking all those branches to make a staircase over there to climb up. I saw this like being fly up, as if they were just touching the water, and the water was carrying them up with that infinity wave. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. I'm feeling that. You're trying too hard. Take a break. Slow down. Rest. Talk to your friends. Go for a walk. Don't go for a walk and look at how you can change the forest. Don't go for a walk with a note list. Just go for a walk. Let your bare feet touch the ground. Commune with the soil. This land that you're on, you will be known as the mother of that land. The mother. To the trees, to the earth, to the squirrels, to the ravens, to the doves, to the chipmunks. You're going to be the Maleficent of those woods. Recognize the heartbeat and the rhythm of the land you're in, and the land will speak to you. But first you must acknowledge that your physical experience of life is about to change. You cannot be the Empress without acknowledging the balance of the spirit world within that physical world that holds you up. So the same tree that becomes a bed, a table, a cabinet, a shelf, a staircase, a door, a window, frame, a roof, is the same living being that has transformed from thought to seed, to tree, to home, to stone, to crystal, to butterfly, to goddess, to light. Everything is in motion. Everything is always moving. Even the moments we find to be betrayed or treacherous, we still have allies taking care of us. Okay, this is going to take a while to upload, babe. I'm going to set it to upload while I sleep tonight, and you should have it with the links by the time I wake up in the morning. I'm being asked to give you one more of these cards and let you know that there is a deep well of love for you that you haven't allowed yourself to look into. What did I just say? What did I just fucking say? There is a deep well that you have not looked into, a place you haven't perceived, something you should be looking at differently. I see this as a queen looking at the peasants in the kingdom, the common folk, and she's like, how can I help their quality of life while they support me to support them? Oh look, that looks, oh my god. Look, it's a fucking halo. See the past through the lens of grace. All that occurs is designed to support our spiritual evolution. I quit. This is creeping me out. Bruh. I don't even know what this is right now. This is like this is totally your energy. This is, I'm literally swimming in your energy, Dharma. Holy shit. Mama, you are tired. You are sad and you have been heartbroken. And I wish I could kiss your heart and make it all better and tell you that no one should have ever made you fucking cry and no one should have ever made you feel like you didn't deserve to have a hamburger or a house or a cathedral. And oh my god. Oh my god, I just want to hug you. Listen. Wake up. God's trying to tell you something. Keep your eyes open. When we decide to live a more conscious life, we see signs of grace everywhere. Are you kidding me? And there goes the coffee machine. Bro. Trust in divine timing. Your future holds something far greater than your past. Have faith. Every event we experience and every person we meet has been put in our path for a reason. The more we follow our intuition, the more we'll find the right doors open to assist us in fulfilling our life's purpose. Patience. Fuck off with your patience. Can't want it now. Surprise. Keep an open mind. The influence of grace is often found in unexpected places. How many cards is that now with grace in them? Trust. Take a mental break. A quiet mind has direct access to wisdom and insight. Okay, this is getting too much, and Dharma, now is not the time for you to be waiting for your husband to make decisions for you. And this is not the time for you to be making decisions for yourself or anybody else. This is the time for you to reconnect with the bratty little girl that you were, that your mom kept yelling at you about and telling you to sit in the corner and not talk, or where you were hanging out with your brothers and you were fixing cars, or you were chilling with your dad and he taught you everything you know. Go back past all that. Go to the part, like I'm being asked to go to, where, and for you, where I'm being asked to go to this place for you. What the fuck does that mean? It's like a, oh no, I don't want to go that far. No. What does she need to know about this? Because there's, I don't want to, I don't want to, but I will if I need to. So what is it? I don't think I need to say anything else. Look, let chance play its creative role in your life. Stop trying to make things work. Oh my god, I just had a plate earlier fall off the fucking dish rack onto the floor. It was a bowl with blue and white peacock looking feathers, and it just flipped right over and smashed. After I cleaned it, I realized I cleaned it up and I realized I want a whole new set of dishes. Like from the dollar store, they have these really cute glasses. let chance play its creative role in your life. And it's all in your head. So, how do I put this? I think you know it's time for you to woman up without feeling guilty or abandoned by doing so. I know that sounds harsh, but it's something I needed to hear as well, and it's being repeated in my head non-fucking stop, and it's kind of annoying. You're being asked to carry your burdens with grace, because those things you see as burdens right now, the problems you perceive in your way, are the ways that you realize how to make even more money. It's the seeds to creating an empire of wealth. But in order for you to find that empire, you got to talk to the common folk. And you got to deal with the issue within you. And I am saying this in the most graceful way that I can. There is an issue with a male figure in your life, in your childhood. And it's coming up a lot. And I don't want to dig into it because I can feel the sensitivity of it. Some male figure in your life did you wrong, Miss Dharma Jane, and I apologize that you suffered something that nobody seems to know about, and nobody ever will from me, because I don't even know what this is. I feel the remnants of the pain that it left you with, and I'm telling you, I'm sorry. Whatever it was, it could have been an argument, it could have been something else. But I'm sorry. It's time to make peace with the way your parents made money, or the way they didn't make money. It's time to make peace with how much they fought and how much they didn't fight, because your financial resources are tied to the way your father and you had a connection. Your relationships with other men are tied to how you and your mother had connections. So you have probably been treating the King of Swords like your mother treated your dad, and you've been making money the way your dad did or didn't, and your mom had to compensate. I hope that makes sense. It's time to do it your way. But before you do it your way, connect with your inner child and acknowledge the things you enjoyed doing prior to your traumatic experiences that changed what you wanted to do. I used to want to open a bakery. I loved baking. But I ended up not baking anymore because the person I was with at the time, his name was Jimmy. His mother was an alcoholic, and she was very abusive to him. And he ended up admitting himself into a mental hospital at the ripe age of 26. And they pumped him full of like an illegal amount of medication. It was horrible, and he had severe side effects, and pretty much his brain got fucked up to where he couldn't even remember me a week after he was admitted. I sat in that hospital bed and I held him, and he was shaking in a panic attack because he couldn't remember who I was. It fucked me up so hard. I couldn't make money. I couldn't work. And then I met Corey a year afterwards. We spent 6 years together, and then he betrayed me and took everything. And it's gotten in the way of my work, and I've seen it recently, and my guides are showing me this story to share with you, because it's like a similar, like the same knife that wounded my soul was the same knife that wounded your soul, but your story played out differently than my story did, but it was the same intention with the weapon. You know what I mean? Like, some lesson from God affected us differently, but it was the same lesson that we were learning from that story. So I'm sorry for what you went through, and everything's going to be fine for you. Everything is going to be beyond fine. Like, if you could only see, look, your best friend. You know, if I was a being that looked like this, I would really want people to not think that I'm there to mess with them all the time. I've never noticed this on this card, but look at his smile. It's almost like someone that's been misjudged for so long that they got used to people thinking they're the enemy, but they're actually your bestie. Your bestie is just really capable of being an asshole. But maybe it's time to use that to your advantage with this person. It's like the angel and the devil working together. And this guy, Bodacious Bodak, is the sabotaging father energy. There isn't, Dharma, there is a man in your life who intentionally or unintentionally is putting a lot of weight on you. And it's not to mess with you. They don't even know they're doing it. Some energy is doing it through them, and it's to benefit you. It's like teaching you something. And you can choose to have it make you old and bitter, or you can choose to have it strengthen you like a goddess. And the message that came through, again, look at, don't let it, wow, did you just see that? Look, I was picking them up and my hand clicked on this and the card flipped over to this. This, like, it literally went like this. Because anyway. This is like almost 2 hours, babe. I don't even want to keep you this long. You have kids. You have things to do. Go. The advice here for you has been all around: stop suffering at the expense of other people's responsibility.